All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. I'm a little busy today, so I'm only going to cover KULR, and I kind of have to do it a little on the quick side, but I promise you I'll give it the love it needs, all right? So many things to talk about. Look, I'm very respectful of 50-50 moments, all right? And I'm never here trying to like pimp out my old videos. You should go back a video or two and just really see what my 50-50 thoughts were. You know, I'll talk about it shortly, but look, there are moments I truly don't know. And you know, I move my money on a very similar stack, right? But I move it on something called the one and the two. Um, Even my the one and the two has moments where it's just too 50-50, and you really need to wait and then attack what happens, right? And I often use the phrase, you either ride the wave up or hey, knock on wood, we're going to avoid the avalanche down, right? And I was looking at two things. There was a 140 line that I did move to this 160. I think either was actually pretty good. And then it was this 116. I really didn't know if this candle right here was going to go up or down. I really didn't. But the one thing I said was, if we go up, we're going to destroy. If we go down, we're going to lose a lot, right? And hey, knock on wood, KULR did the job, all right? There is a NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange headline, something about like compliance and this and that. I don't care about those headlines. I know other people do, and I'm not really here telling you to ignore it, right? But to me, not everything matters. There are some things that I think do, some things that don't. I really don't care about that compliance thing. I know a lot of people are really into that stuff, but whatever, right? To me, I think the offering has now gone away. That's actually a big reason why my last title for this thing was Bye Bye 90s, right? Like, let alone Bye Bye 70s, which is actually where the offering happened, right? All that good that I just said, you have to. And look, I see it going up after hours. I for sure see it, right? Like the little blue stuff is going above where we closed in. I see it, right? I need to give you some caution, right? I'm not here to talk about, short squeeze and rockets and diamond hands. That's not my videos, right? There was a beautiful NASDAQ, a beautiful calm ocean. All of a sudden things are getting a little scary. And believe me, you know I always say don't overreact on a single candle, up or down, right? We always want confirmation, but you gotta respect what happened. And basically what happened today was bad guidance. All right, the Fed reduced their outlook from 3 cuts to 2 rate cuts next year, and they raise their inflation worries and they raise their inflation expectations. They think inflation is going up, right? So that's actually more than 10%. That's actually almost 20% because every point two is 10%, right? So the Fed did some scary things. Powell, I'm not here pretending I understand all of it, right? I sincerely don't. I'm not that smart. But I know the power the man has, and you've heard me say it if you're watching other videos. He can make the really good even better, or he can make the really good all of a sudden out of nowhere for very little reason and all very bad. And I'm a little worried about NASDAQ. I'm not calling a crash. I'm not calling fears. I don't even think we're going to go below the golden line. But I think we're maybe going to come down to 19 flat, give or take, basically the 50 moving average. And I can see tech stocks hurting from that. And you got to remember the word technology is even in the ticker name, right? This is a tech stock, and I have to give some NASDAQ concerns, all right? But hey, some pretty good lines were drawn and some beautiful things definitely happened today, all right? But before we do go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are a bunch, I'm probably going to delete some, but there are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here, giving me your time, oh, I'm so grateful for it, all right? Again, I think the big candle was this 16th. And I never say go back and watch my videos. I try not to pimp out my old videos. That's not what this is about. But go back to the 16th video. I'm sure there was one there. Look, it was so 50-50, but there was starting to be a reason to believe. And all of a sudden, we had an interesting doji yesterday. Lo and behold, the rest happens today, right? That 1, 2, 3 is a beautiful technical move. And that 1, 2, 3 happened right before the NASDAQ scariness, right? We were still climbing all-time highs on those last couple days, right? And I mean, just before Powell spoke, and obviously even after, KULR still did well, right? But KULR really did get to benefit a lot from this beautifully uptrending NASDAQ right here. It really did. You can actually see it roughly started around that same 18th window, right? Today, really, in my opinion, was a big technical move. It was. I know that there was a headline about compliance. Please let me know if you disagree. You know I'm not here pretending to be right, know it all, right? But to me, that means nothing. To me, what happened was what we've been technically hunting for. We were hunting. You know I've been talking about the volume. We finally got not even 50, not even 70, almost double my 70 expectations to almost 140, that 130 mil. Volume is king, volume is queen for my ladies watching this, right? And that's a little more predictable than a compliance short squeeze in my dumb little head. You know what I mean? From there, look, I kept saying it's 50-50. It's 50. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dojis in a row is not common. You generally get one and then a big candle up or down. Maybe you'll get 2 or 3 dojis in a row and then a bigger candle up and down. This was 8 dojis in a row, and then we finally got that answer, right? So to me, all this is all technical moves, okay? On any other day, I would be saying beautiful divergence, beautiful volume, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, let's go. I need to stress some caution here. And I need to, one more time, I'm not going to just flash the NASDAQ, all right? NASDAQ is now below the 8 and the 20, clearly just a single candle. I don't want you to overreact on a single candle. But the S&P 500 actually had an uglier candle. It lost what should have been 2 very strong ones right together, and then it fell even below, arguably significantly below the next one as well, right? From there, you can see the Dow Jones is basically kissing the 100 moving average already, right? And this was, I remember I said it the day I saw the headline, Carter, get out of here. Carter. I know I said it. There was a headline I saw. This was the longest downtrend on the Dow Jones since the Carter administration, and that was before the last couple days too. So I mean, Dow Jones has been doing horrible, and to me that gets me a little more scared of NASDAQ because again, I think the indices move in unison, right? That's something I talk about all the time. So if the NASDAQ is hurting, it's going to be harder for KULR to do well. That said, again, I see the after hours, and I think I still got to look. I think a drop to 182 is realistic. Hopefully 180. Look, I think the first number is 203. Hopefully that 203 does hold, right? That was an original line before this candle. If we lose that 203, from there it's basically 180 and 160. Obviously, the next real strong support is the 8 moving average down here at a $1.30. Okay, I think that $1.30 is way too aggressively low. Ideally, we don't go any lower than 160 or those other numbers I gave, right? If this was going to continue, let's draw some lines up. Dun, 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 dun. And again, why do I have this vertical line right here, right? You see all these dashes right here? None of this matters to me. It kind of starts to become more consistent candles right around this line. So to me, that's the first real day of trading. To me, this June 2020 candle, give or take, that time frame right there, that's the real IPO date. And there's not a lot of candles I can draw some lines on here. I'll be honest with you. That's our next line. 260 is the next place up. 260 is the next place up. If this thing's going to continue again, I see it keep going up after hours. I'm here being very impressed and a little shocked. I will say that, right? But I gotta respect the Nasdaq. I just do. Okay, so it's either 260 up or I think maybe 160 down. I think that's a decent up and down window right there. All right. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinion. Let me know if you see more value in that NASDAQ compliance thing than I do, right? But yeah, I'm loving what we're seeing here. Just, I'm a little more hesitant on the continuation than I would have been. I'm telling you, if Powell didn't scare the market like he did, all right? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Oh, I appreciate you so, so much.